You gonna talk with me until you pull up? Huh? Are you scared? I thought so. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back to the Lyrical Dolla podcast. I'm waiting on special guest to pull up. You know what I mean? So I got my man Kiki in here, got that keeping the speed going for him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's been going on with you, my dog?
Much, man.
Word. And nothing wrong with that, my dog. What about my Dallas Mavericks, though, man? My Dallas Mavericks went down the Clippers getting their ass beat. I'm glad they getting their ass beat, but they beat my team.
Yeah, I ain't lying.
So I ain't lying.
Look, though, the Knicks, man, they fake right now.
Why you say that?
They fake right now, man. Can't nobody mess with them.
Hey, man, look at
I ain't even gonna say the Knicks. I'm gonna just say KD and Kyrie Irving.
I'm just saying. Them boys got a little chance on their hand. You know what I'm saying? Even if they do beat Milwaukee, they still got, Philly they got to worry about. You feel me?
They doing something.
Hey, man, man. But I got my dog Lyrical Dolla about to pull up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta chop it up with me, man, Lyrical. If I chop it up with him, I got to get you on that game because you see what I was doing to you in that first quarter. And I'm telling you, that shit was real.
Who you had?
I had Brooklyn.
Okay.
And you had the Lakers. You know what it was. I was beating the Braves out.
He said I'll beat the Braves out.
But that's what you ain't
First
recording.
quarter.
You ain't recording when I went down there.
Nah.
I know you ain't because you know. I see that green light on. I don't know what this nigga supposed to be doing with that green light still on.
He got to say that though.
That's what that camera running on.
Yo,
Yeah, I know, boss. Come out to the other door. Come to the door by my room. Yeah.
Yo.
Go ahead and get by the scene, my dog, so you get that report quick. Come on in, bro. Come on in. Yeah. Yeah.
You got the Shelby plan going on, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, show some love for my dog, Mr. Lyrical Dolla, the one and only.
Ready.
Waiting on y'all.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
You can go and grab your headphones there, bro. Hit that record button from the Kiki. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
How you been doing, my guy?
Chilling, man. You know, just maintaining, doing what I do. Just trying to grind, you know.
Where you know how to hit that. You go to that podcast and then hit that record button. You got. Just go to you see the little house right there? Like a house? By the six and all that. You hit podcast. Huh?
What you mean?
You got yeah.
Start it over and then.
Nah, we good.
Yeah, for sure. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you having me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Us vs. Them podcast. I got a special guest in the building with me, man. I got the one and only Lyrical Dolla. Bro, let people know what it is and what's going on with you.
What's going on, y'all? You know, if y'all don't already know me, I'm Lyrical Dolla. You know, Bishopville representative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of the nicest artists in the PD. You know?
Self-explanatory.
Real.
Your work speaks for itself, my nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And I think, you know what I'm saying, I've been going through the catalog and going back, doing my due diligence, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to find out, you know what I'm saying, who this brother is, and I was impressed, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, man.
I was impressed, you know what I'm saying? Like, going back there, you know what I'm saying? Listen to some of your earlier stuff, you know what I'm saying? I see one junk, yeah, Zebo had, Easy, but a female head of yours, I can't think her name. Like, y'all trying to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zebo, and shout out to my girl Aqua Giselle, man. You
Aqua
know,
Giselle.
yeah, Aqua, man. Shout out to Aqua, man. You know, we just had did that. Well, you know, I had the idea for the song at the time. You know, she had a premium Snapchat, and you know, I just kind of used that song to kind of just help her, you know, get it out. And at the time, that beat to that song, that's actually Tiger and Offset. But yeah, but the beat was just so fire, you know. At the time, me and Zebo, we was working together, and I just had brought it to him, like, yo, we gonna do this beat. We did it, and maybe like a week or two later, man, we was at the room shooting.
Hey man, I gotta tell you, I enjoy that, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
And you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying, going through your catalog, but I want to add a couple questions. I want to, you know what I'm saying, get out of the way and ask you a few questions, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
First, I want to, you know what I'm saying, thank you for joining me on the podcast.
Oh yeah, man, thank you for having me.
You know what I'm saying? But how long have you been rapping though?
Man, honestly, I've been rapping since 05, and you know, it just started off with just me wanting to do just one song. I ain't even wanting to rap. I just used to love instrumentals.
Yeah.
And the first beat I wrote to was Beanie Siegel, Feeling the Air. I'm pretty sure every artist done did that beat.
Yeah.
And man, it just, over the years, my quality got better, my writing got better. You know, I was able to learn the game as I went along, because man, when you just starting out, you just thinking like, I'm just gonna come and rap and I'm gonna get signed, and like, 'cause that's what I thought. Like, that's the image that, you know, artists was putting out back when we was watching stuff like MTV Cribs. I'm like, yo, so all I gotta do is make a song, blow it up, and I'm finna just get this money. So 05 was when I started, but man, it was like 08, 09 when I actually started learning about what quality was.
Yeah. Because
they would always tell me like, yo, you hot, it's just your quality. And I never understood what they meant. Like, I'd be mad. I'd be mad like, man, we talking about quality, man, this straight.
Yeah.
So 08, 09 was when I, you know, really started taking it serious, because I was in high school and nobody knew I rap until I graduated, because I was quiet. I was always alone, and like, I never was really one for like a lot of words. So I would, during that time, I used to type my lyrics. And I used to put it in a folder that had the prongs in it, and I would just be in the back of the classroom just rapping them to myself. For real.
So check this out. What motivated you to create though? You know what I'm saying?
Now or back then?
Now, then.
Then I'm gonna be real. It was actually a South Carolina artist that made me want to rap, because I think it was Jim Star, the Golden Child. Shout out to my dog Jim Star. Jim Star, he's part of a duo called None Before. He's from Lexington, and this back when MySpace was popping, I was like, damn, somebody in South Carolina, because I thought studios were just for people that were signed. Yeah, so when I learned, like, you know, he inspired me then, and now the inspiration now is just knowing that I can actually make good songs and people really be looking forward to what I got going on next. So I think that's, knowing that people is anticipating what I got coming on next, like, man, that's more inspiration than anything.
Yeah, I feel you on that, most definitely. But check this out though, you know what I'm saying? How did you and Henne come together and start making music?
Man, with Henne, I actually met Henne through, you know, one of my best friends. You know, and then I feel like, yo, when you meet people through other people, man, it's either a good or bad thing, but I looked at it as being a great thing. We met, this was like 2010, and my homie would always be like, yo, I know this dude, because at the time he wasn't Henne, he was JR. Like, yo, I know this dude named JR, man, he got all the good stuff. Like, he would brag on him every day, and I'm like, yo, just take me over there. I just got to see, because he was living in Bishopville at the time. So when I went and I saw that he had the setup, you know, the expensive mics and everything you would see, I'm like, yo, this dude might be on to something.
You taking it serious?
Yeah, so, you know, he had an artist at the time, Be Nice, you know, shout out to Be Nice. He was like one of the first artists I know from Bishopville, you know, and he do gospel rap now. But at the time, you know, me and him was able to do a song with Henne at the time. And, you know, I was like, yo, I really want to stick with this dude, but he left to go to Full Sail. So man, we met twice. I met him like 2 years later. Like, I was buying some weed. Yeah. I was buying some weed, and my weed man's old lady, you know, I was just telling him about the next project that I was about to do, and she was like, you know, my godson, he just got back in town. He looking for artists. She was like, you know, JR? And I was just like, yeah, I was looking for that dude for years, which I was, because I never knew his name, so I could have never found him on social media. All I knew was JR. She gave me the number. I texted him as soon as I got in the car. Not even a mile down the road, his exact words was like, yeah, what up, man? I remember you. You still do music?
Yeah.
And I was just like, hell yeah, man. I was just waiting on you. And I just said it like, bro, whether it's true or not, this is just what it is. Like, I was really waiting on you because you had the type of setup that I never seen, only on the internet. And then he was like, yeah, man, you know, I live in Centerville. So I had just did a project at the time called Let Me Live. Took it to him. Like I said, I wrote all my information on it with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
He sat in his living room. We listened to it. After that, he told me what he thought about it. And he was like, you know, what is it that you're trying to do? And I was like, man, I don't know. I'm just trying to work with you. Like, I really didn't know at the time. I just knew that, like, yo, we found each other again. Yeah. This must be meaning something. So I just want to work for real. So it was just like, man, ever since then,
like something like it's meant to be.
For real, man. So after that, we were just inseparable. Like I came to Centerville, I think like every day. Like, man, using my mama car. Because of the studio, until she met him and she saw, you know, where I was at all day, every day. And after that, it was just like, man, I was in Centerville more than I was in Bishopville.
Wow.
For real.
They putting in that work, though.
Always.
If you don't mind, can you know what I'm saying, tell us a little bit more about, like, you and Henne relationship, you know what I'm saying? If you don't mind, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, man, I think we first started working, we was working on this project called Carolina State of Mind. And this was back when I was downloading beats off of SoundClick. So, you know, you just getting the free download. You don't know nothing about leasing or none of that. But his roommate at the time, the way he would always tell me about beat licensing. But with Henne, yeah, man, we just used to, I stayed consistent because even though that his quality wasn't what it was before he left, I could tell that it was coming along.
Yeah.
So
you see the growth.
Man, I came every day, like, so I always gave him something to do, and he would just tell me honestly how he felt. It wasn't, I always tell him, like, never sugarcoat it. If you think it's something I can change, let me know. But he was always with me, giving me ideas, and even outside of music, like, that's when I knew it was genuine, because it was times I pulled up and it wasn't even no music. He just wanted me to pull up just for the vibes, just for like the drink. You know, he'll be cooking on the grill. Yeah. And at the time, I didn't even know that he was trying to start his own label, you know, 50 Henne Media at the time. Yeah. And I was like, yo, I want to get in tune with that. And it was like, we were just inseparable. And then at the time, man, I was one of those people, man, that didn't, I was one of the rappers, man, I ain't wanted a job because I felt like rap was going to be what it is. So I spent years, man, like not working, thinking that I was going to, like I said, make that one song, get signed, me and Henne got some money, and it's just what it is. So
you think you're going to be like overnight back?
Yeah, man, because I wanted to be that artist, man, that got signed when I was like 21, 22. I always looked at it like, if I'm 30 and shit, it's going, I feel like I don't want it no more. But he kind of, you know, changed my way of thinking when he showed me that, you know, he was serious with me as long as I was consistent. Yeah. So when he started, I was consistent, man. We was just inseparable. Like, he made it to where I was able to get a song on the radio. He made it to where I was able to perform and get, you know what I'm saying, my fan base up. Like, like, so I felt like without him, none of that would have been possible. So I tell him all the time, like, bro, you saved me.
He helped you grow.
He helped me grow, and like, you know, he helped me grow as an artist, and I helped him grow as an engineer, because like I said, man, I had so many songs because I had so much time on my hands. So it was always something for him to do. Yeah. Like every studio he ever worked at, either I was just sitting in on sessions, or he would make it to where I would get a session in between. In the times he's supposed to be breaking in between session, he letting me get maybe an hour to do my thing. So it was like he always made a sacrifice for me, and I'm like, yo, like this is way more than just a artist engineer thing. Like this is like a legit, you know, brotherhood, and
like family, you know
real. And then like his actual family embraced me. So when I saw that, I was like, yo,
you know it about
for real, man.
Yeah, but check this out though. The year after Hugo, I got an idea what it is, because I'm old enough to remember.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Well, explain to the people what the title of the year after Hugo means.
You know, the year after Hugo, of course, is 1990, because in '89 the hurricane came, and if I'm not mistaken, it actually came on the week that would be my birthday week. So it came anyway between the 20th and the 25th. Yeah. And my producer on the album name is Hugo, and he was born in '89. So I just felt, like, and it was just for real, like I just felt like that was supposed to happen, and we was supposed to bend work, and that just go to show you how funny life is. Cause man, you can tell somebody today we gonna work, and y'all probably won't work till about 2 or 3 years later. It's just you just can't rush it. But we grew up together, so it was organic. It was just I needed him to kind of be in the groove. So when he sent me my first song. My first beat is the song that's playing in the background now. Like we just wanted a test run. So I did the song, sent it to him. When he sent me like 2 more beats, I was like, all right, if I can keep him sending me beats and I keep going to record him, sending him the product back, it's going to motivate him to do the project. So when I explained it to him, like, bro, we got to do this. It ain't even got to be a long album. Like, it was really intended to be like a 8-track EP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, with the circumstances, I was able to add like 2 additional songs. Yeah. But yeah, like the Hugo, man, that's the significance behind that one.
Yeah, self-explanatory, really.
For real.
But check this out. 90s baby. You know what I'm saying? I already told you I'm feeling 90s baby. I like that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about, you know what I'm saying, being a 90s baby and how you think your generation is being viewed by older generations.
I ain't gonna lie, yo, man. Being a 90s baby, yo, to me, it just feel like the 90s was just like the most simplest time and the best time to be alive. Like, and all I had to do was just be a kid that was worry free. And you know what I'm saying? But 90s baby, yo, I'm like, you know what, yo, like we don't really say much like us 90s babies, man. Like I'm like, yo, I know that people can feel this right here. So, you know, like when I did, I ain't even knew it was gonna be called 90s baby. It was just like, man, but I had to make it make sense with the title, Year After Hugo. I'm like, yo, I got to kick it off with the year I was born. So basically, I'm just, you know, letting people know that, yo, the first track is the birth of me. That's why I was like, you know, 9/23/90, I planted my feet on the earth. How we get viewed by the older generation, man, you know, it's no telling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think they look at us as being like more mature than the generation that came after us.
Let me tell you something about them 90s though. Cause I'm old enough to remember I was born in '82. The 90s been the best time I think I had the best time of my life in the 90s.
Yeah, for real.
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
The 90s. Yeah. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all, you about old enough to remember it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, boy, that been, boy, look at here.
For real, man.
I'm reminiscing about that. Right now, thinking about that.
Yeah.
I'll move on. Live forever. You and Zebo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is that song dedicated to Henne, and how did that come together?
The video is actually dedicated to him because, you know, we did that song 2 years prior before he left. Okay. And at the time, you know, the song actually got 2 different meanings now. Yeah. The first meaning when we first did it, you know, came from Zebo basically just speaking on how our music will outlive us. Yeah. So that's what prompted me to do Live Forever. Okay. So, and yo, he was excited. He was excited about the song. Like, he just had loved it, how we just was going off on it. So we had plans to shoot a video during that time. And, you know, it's just like everybody always got something to do, or the timing just don't be right. So, you know, when he left, it was like, you know, it was that thing of, damn, like, do we still do it, or, you know? But after over time, you know, me and Zebo, we still keep in touch. Like, I call Zebo every day. Yeah. And he just kept saying, like, hey man, we got to do it. We got to do it for Phil. He was like, man, even if it's just something simple, man, we got to. And man, we did it. Like, you know, so the video for sure was dedicated to him for sure. But we even went to shoot it at his gravesite to kind of just celebrate the song and video with him. And it's crazy because like it rained. Like it rained and yeah.
I already know the old folks say. It rain on day, that mean they going to heaven.
Word. So
when it got special meaning to rain.
Yeah, for real, man. So when it rained, we ain't even wrapped it up. I was like, yo, let's just keep doing it. Like, I was like, that means he here now, so that. And yo, it was just so much emotion at the video shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you may or may not notice it on camera, but man, it been times like, well, we had no moments where we were just like, damn, yo, like, just still in disbelief. So of course it was like some tears shed. You know, it was the memories, you know, nostalgic memories at that. Cause man, like, you know, he really put us into a position to win. before he left, and you know, at the time, man, you know, it was just amazing. Like it was I felt like being friends with him was better than like the engineering relationship. I think us doing music with him was just one of the perks of being his friend.
Yeah.
Cause even if I wasn't a rapper and I had met him, it would have still been the same love.
That type of person you can build a friendship with. You know what I'm saying?
For real. So, yeah, so with Love Forever, man, you know, we just felt like, you know, everything we said was true. Our music gonna outlive us, and his quality is outliving him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Like I can tell by how you talk, you know what I'm saying? Y'all boys have more love for him, you know what I'm saying?
Always.
I can tell, you know what I'm saying? But you being, like, you from Bishopville, but now you stay in Savannah, Georgia. Tell me how the change been, you know what I'm saying?
It's been pretty good. For the most part, like when I first went to Savannah, I was in Georgia for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And man, like I ain't gonna lie, my first maybe 3, 4, 5 months, yo, I was homesick. Like yo, I was coming to Bishopville every weekend. And after a while, I was like, damn, yo, I'm tired of driving, 3 hours every weekend. Let me just kind of space it out. But the change was cool because like, it was a new scenery. I've been living in South Carolina my whole life, and I just felt like that move, could help me grow, could help me improve, like just anything. But like I said, I was able to still come down and still handle everything I needed to handle. But the scenery in Georgia, Savannah itself is cool. Like I can see me rocking out there for a little while longer.
But you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna lie. Selfish, that's all selfish, stuck in my ways, you know what I'm saying? That's fire. I'm feeling that.
Appreciate
the
it.
whole album fire.
Appreciate you.
But you know what I'm saying, I did try to YouTube your name a couple times and K Dolla came up.
Yeah, man.
Something like that.
Yeah, man. That used to be my name. And I'm gonna be real, like, cause I ain't never sat back like, yo, what my rap name gonna be?
Yeah.
Cause I didn't even know if I really wanted to rap or not. And K Dolla just, I got the word dollar, the name Dollar from my uncle.
Yeah.
Like, he would always call me that. So I'm like, all right, let me use K Dolla. But then after a while, I was like, it sound kind of plain. So when I did my album Southern Comfort back in 2015, that's when I was like, you know what? Let me just try Lyrical Dolla, because I had already changed my social media name to Lyrical Dolla. And I was like, you know what? This sound better than K Dolla. Like, it kind of let people know like what they gonna expect when they hear me rap. For real, man.
Ball.
For real.
Name self-explanatory, bro.
For real.
Lyrical, you know what I'm saying? A nigga like me from the old school, I like them bars. You know what I'm saying? There's something about bars. You could be the #1 selling artist in the world. But if I ain't feeling them bars, you ain't coming with them bars, I can't fuck with it, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, man. Yeah, like I love bars, man. I love a good metaphor, man. I want to hear something that's gonna go over my head, and then when I leave, I'm like, damn, I just caught that. Or I want to be able to catch it as soon as you say it. Like, damn, that was smooth. I should have said that first.
I sort of got in them bars that I ain't caught till like 15 years later.
Yeah, sometimes you got.
I sit back years later and I'm like, man, that nigga said that shit some shit like that way back then. I'm just not catching on to what the hell this nigga was talking about.
For real, man, for real. Like, and I be liking it sometimes, because they let me know, when you listen again, you listening with a more mature mind. You got your ears and your mind open a little more, because it's been songs I heard back in like the early 2000s. And when I hear it now, I laugh like, damn, how I missed that? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely know what you're saying when it comes to that.
So check this out. I see you work with Miss Country. Did you ever work with her brother Killer Grip before you passed?
Nah, but we met. He was actually, me and him was performing at Studio 54 one night. And I was already familiar with him because he had collabed with a homie of mine from Bishopville, Carolina, Montana. So when we met, it was just like love, because usually the type of person I always was, if we was friends on Facebook and you was an artist and I saw you at the club or whatever, I always came up to you and introduced myself like, yo, what's up, like Lyrical Dolla. And it's either you can embrace it or not, but I want to be known like, yo, I see you and I acknowledge you, and I will always acknowledge the grind. And it was love when we met. So we both performed and we was like both showing each other love, and being me, they was always extended family anyway. Miss Michelle, Quick, Miss Country, they was always extended family anyways. Romeo. So with Miss Country, like like when I heard the beat that or the song that she's on, I was like, yo, I think, you know. And so she always kept me up to date. She would video call me, let me hear what she had. And when it was time to do the song, like she pulled up, like, you know, no hesitation. She pulled up, she did it. She asked me what I thought, and we just had rocked out. And that was actually like that song and the song that I got on the album called Tell You. That was the last two songs that me and Henne did before he left.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, you know, I got him towards the end, right before the On the Board song. But with Miss Country, yeah, like I never got a chance to work with Grip, but I had always, you know, acknowledged the grind and, you know, respected what they had going on.
Word. But see, less is more.
Less is more.
Yeah,
man, I did Less is More maybe 2 years ago. And I ain't gonna lie, Less is More actually came from when Jay-Z said it in Pound Cake. You know, like,
Ooh.
yeah, like,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
less is more, so that's plenty. So it's like,
Yeah.
I like, yo, that is right, because I saw me and Henne as being that duo. So it's like, yo, as long as it's me and you, I feel like it's, so, you know, it's like a little 5-track EP, man. I just wanted to go just spaz out on that. Shout out to my dog on Drowsy Beats for producing the whole project. I'm not even sure where he from. You know, he was just somebody I met online, and we were just able to, that was like one of my favorites, and that's one of the only albums I did that I didn't shoot no video from it. I just wanted to put that out.
Tell me about $1 in a Dream.
$1 in a Dream. All right, well, part two, I'm gonna start with part two. I did part two. That was the first project that I had released with him, and this was 2013.
Word.
$1 in a Dream 2, and right then I collabed with a whole bunch of people on that album. Cause, you know, I was the new face.
Yeah.
I was the new face in Hartsville.
Yeah.
So that's why I started getting a lot of respect from the artists in Hartsville, and mostly it was all Hartsville artists on my album.
Yeah.
You know, I looked at it like, you know, I don't want to come in being selfish. I want everybody who I rock with to help me with my first debut. You know what I'm saying? But with $1 in a Dream 3, that's my favorite one. I did that one in 2017 after I had took a year off from rapping. Like I done had transitioned into a new job, so I just had needed to kind of get my mind back right and just get my paper back right. So when I came back, I started piecing the album together. That was the first time I actually came with a beat, and I'll do a hook, take the song home and come back with the verses, or I'll put the verses on and take the song home and come back with a hook. And that's the first project I did that I ain't had no cursing. You know, I probably said nigga, and I wasn't even intending to say that. And I only did a project with no cursing because I promised my grandpa that I would have did an album with no cursing. That's why at the beginning of the album, it's a conversation with me and him, letting him know that I'm about to drop a new project, and 2, I'm about to do it with no cursing.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So
you say you did album with no curse, or you working on it with no curse?
Oh no, that's $1 in a Dream 3. That's the one I did that had no cursing in it.
Listen, man, if you can do that, listen, you got to be special to do that. You know, you got some people that need to hold a conversation without cursing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you do an album and you got to think about words that rhyme and making it sound cool. You know what I'm saying? But tell me this, you said you work with a lot of artists from Hartsville on $1 in a Dream too?
Yeah, but that was the first one I did with. I think I had worked with Key Pusha at the time.
Yeah.
I worked with Z-Bo. I worked with Petey the Prince. I had worked with Reaper, Free Reaper.
Yeah. That's your cousin.
Yeah. Like man, Reaper, he came through for me, man. He's on the song called Fountain of Youth. It's him and him and Rock Rule. Yeah. Cap, Quarter Key, like, you know, and these are all people that I met through Henne. And then, you know, this back when Henne had the studio downtown on Field Street by the Tobacco Mart. So that's where I met a lot of the artists. And, you know, at the time, I was trying to collab artists together from Hartsville, not knowing that, you know, everybody didn't get along. So I kind of I kind of learned that early. And, you know, like, but I saw it like, damn, you know, I rock with all y'all, but I didn't know it was like that. So it kind of made me just sit back.
Fall back.
Yeah, I kind of sat back and evaluated first, like, damn, okay, because I don't want it to be no friction. And it's all I was trying to do was put a song together. And,
after you got the call last night, that was like one of the first things that came up after you got the call last night. Cuz asked me about, he just asked me about different scenarios, and I was like, reason niggas can't come together because certain individuals get mad with you just because you make a song with somebody
Right.
they got beef with.
Right.
And you know, you ain't gotta even know what's going on. You can be in the dark.
Yup.
And just try to make music.
Yeah, and that's how I was, man. I had a song, and I had somebody on it. And when I sent it to the person I wanted to get on it, you know, they was rocking with the song, but they asked me, they like, bro, who is that on the second verse? And when I told him, he was like, well, you know, I don't mean no disrespect you, I rock with you, but I just can't do a song with bro. And I was like, I respect it. You know, I ain't asked no questions because I figured if you are ready to stand on what you tell me, I don't want to question that as a man because obviously you got your reasons. You know what I'm saying? So,
Southern Comfort, tell me about that one. Gotta tell me about Southern Comfort.
man, Southern Comfort, man, like we really took our time with Southern Comfort because like I said, that's when I had released that as Lyrical Dolla. And this was the first album that I went and leased every beat. Like it wasn't no beats with all the tags in there. Like I really like took my time, man. With Southern Comfort, like we really took our time because man, I wanted it to be something. And like I worked with during this time, Henne was living and working in the studio in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I would come to Atlanta to do songs, and that's how I met other Atlanta artists. And I just felt like with that, I had a little more hunger on that album because I was coming out under a new name, and I really wanted people to, keep enjoying what I had going on. Because it's been times, man, where I'll do an album and I doubt it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm gonna put it out anyway just to see what people think, and people receive it. But with Southern Comfort, man, I had some of the best times recording it. I had some good songs on there, like Jim and people came through and collab. Like, I was always big on collabing with other people.
Like you got to collab, like, cause how else you gonna network and reach, and you got, you know what I'm saying, to get where you want to get to, you know what I'm saying, you ain't able to do everything by yourself. You gotta know people who know people.
Yeah,
you gotta know somebody who knows. So I don't give a dang if they know the janitor at the radio station to get the DJ to play your song or something.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
And then as far as, and then with that, with networking, like it used to be real hard for me to network because like I'm legit not a people's person. I'm like, it's like when Henne would like Henne would push on me like network people. And I'd be like, man, I ain't like, I'd be like, yo, I don't want to. Like, like I was the stubborn artist, yo, and I think over time he was learning that, but over time I'll start to see what he used to call the bigger picture.
Yeah. And
so when I started doing it, that's how you can kind of weed out who's genuine and who's not. So I felt like networking was really a big part of my career, and I was glad that he was, pushing that on me because I just would have been stagnant, not knowing nobody or just meeting people today. And that's how I was able to rub shoulders with people like Buddha Rat, Miss Classy. And shout out to Buddha Rat too, man. He gave me my very first performance. Like this was during the time he was doing We On Wednesdays at Club Diamonds in Florence. Every first or second Wednesday. And man, my first time going out there, I performed a song that I had on the radio.
So you used to be out there at Diamonds at the strip club?
Yeah, man, like.
Oh man, I used to go out there up to the point they turned that mother down.
Yeah, man, I was like, damn, like, so that's a landmark for me, man, because that's when I actually got my feet wet with performing. And then it gave me a chance to kind of just sharpen my performance skills. Yeah, then I met Miss Classy, networking with her. She always had it to where we could perform with her movement. I love being from the South. Like she had the showcases, she had the award show, and I was lucky enough to be nominated one year in 3 categories and won all 3.
What?
Yeah, and I was the new face, like, and I came not even expecting to win. It really didn't matter if I won or not. It just like, yeah, and then all the people who was there with me, it was like, yo, I want to see y'all win too. Like, we just, so for real networking.
That's big, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's big, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
But man, I just want to say that I think you're very, very talented. Keep doing what you're doing, and what you bring to the table, that, you know what I'm saying, that's what we need, you know what I'm saying, that's what I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we missing these days. Like, we don't see a lot of younger artists coming out today that really pay attention to the details and the lyrics,
right?
And, you know what I'm saying, all the little intricate parts of, you know what I'm saying, of being a rapper, you know what I'm saying?
For real, man. And then, like, and I appreciate that too, man, because I ain't gonna lie, like, I always been a modest artist too, man. Like, people can tell me all day on fire, and I always respond with, yeah, man, I appreciate it. like I just keep it simple, you know, and I don't ever want the person to think that I'm just brushing them off. It's just like, man, you know, it still amazes me that people be like, yo, K-Dot, that shit was fire. And I be like, shit. And then it may be a song that I was doubting. I'm like, yo, you liked it? Then cool, because
and I don't know how it be too.
Yeah, and then at the same time, I remember them days, bro, when I had just started, and I think that's why I keep going harder with every project. Cause man, like I said, I remember when, man, my mom was working at the gas station, and maybe an hour or two before she got off, I would just post up with some CDs that I burnt and wrote with a Sharpie. Like sometimes I had a case or a plastic sleeve. Sometimes I just gave you the CD. You know what I'm saying? It was just I was just doing it. Anything I had needed to do to get out there, man. Like it was just
grind.
I was really like doing like the homework, man. Like, and then you know over time,
a lot of niggas ain't wanted that bad.
Yeah, and then you know this is pre-internet, but you know when the internet did start popping to where we could promote our music, we still ain't had no knowledge. Cause you know, it was YouTube was out there at the time, MySpace was out there. I knew how to put stuff on MySpace, but didn't know how to use YouTube.
Gave everybody the blueprint.
Gave everybody the blueprint. And you know, at the time, like I said, we let it go over our head. Yeah. Because we was all, and I feel like every artist who started out doing it, we was all focused on that one thing, just getting signed. Because on the TV it looked easy, and now you out here trying to do it, so we ain't got that big building. We can go wait outside for that exec. I don't care what time it is. Give you the CD. See, we ain't had that, so we really had to just either do it on the streets or do it online. And what the artists got now, like, you know, I feel like they got it real easy. But I said, because you could be an artist who just started rapping last week. You came and made that, you came and made that fire song, and that shit just blew up overnight. You know what I'm saying?
When I see niggas start coming up on TikTok, I say,
yo,
it pissed me off really. Like, because I know I ain't no rapper, but some of these niggas is not rappers.
Yeah, you know it.
And they getting rich, getting streams, downloads, likes, clicks, views, whatever you want to call it.
For real, like,
I thought blowing up. Look at that Trans Soldier Boy just put out. Y'all heard of it?
I ain't even heard it.
It's some trash he put out on TikTok. Blew up overnight.
Yeah, see, I ain't even.
We start going crazy talking about he want 100,000 in for future and all. I said, come on, Soldier.
Yeah, I ain't.
He was just on Breakfast Club with the digital headband on.
Yeah, I ain't even know. I ain't even in tune with TikTok like that. I said, man, and then with social media, I just, you know, use it to promote what I got going on. But I ain't never been the one to like always want to be. Yeah, I ain't never really been the one that always wanted to be in the spotlight. My personality, or how I am as a person, don't match my rap image. Cause people be like, yo, how you a rapper? And you like, they don't see a rap image with me.
They feel like you more laid back and shy.
Yeah. Some people feel like I'm just too laid back, as if you just can't get a single response out of me. Just, I always been a real reserved, real laid back person.
Guess what though? I feel though being humble will get you further than being loud and obnoxious, because people don't want to really work with that person. They got a hot single or hot selling album. People, I know people would rather deal with, you ain't got to be as successful, but you got a buzz, you successful. People rather work with somebody who like that and they humble than somebody who an asshole and selling out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, like, you know, I done have people just, like, you know what I'm saying, they like what I do, and, you know, like, the fact that I am humble make them want to, you know, rock with me even more, because, you know, it's just like, being a rapper, I just turn it on and turn it off. Like, you know, because at the same time, outside of being a rapper, like, I'm just a, you know, a regular person too, regular 9 to 5, so I turn it on and turn it off. You know,
but check this out, though. The podcast want to know, before we get you out of here, before we wrap it up, can we get some bars? Can we hear a few bars? You know what I'm saying? Can we just hear about 3 or 4 or something, a little something for the people to hear? You know what I'm saying? I know you got a little something in the stash.
Let me see. This is real nigga raps, take a break from the trap. But I'm not pushing dope, just spitting that crack. Now it's time to relax on some lyrical shit. With a bad chocolate shawty, thinking it's stiff grits. Never forget this. I learned how the game go, you gotta admit this. I'm as fly as a damn crow, nigga for show though. I don't do this for promo. Raps got me feeling like Casey and JoJo.
Yeah, you don't know nothing about that, boy. Cause they got me feeling like Casey and JoJo.
Yeah, for real, man.
You don't know nothing about that.
Real,
But
man.
yeah, man, that shit, I like that. That's it. That niggas they got me feeling like Casey and JoJo.
For real, but I just like the, when I write my lines, you know, to me, you know, I don't be looking for a particular thing. Like I write what I feel like makes sense to me, or that I feel like, you know, I'll write what I think somebody want to hear. But a lot of times, you know, we get so caught up in trying to write what we think other people want to hear. You know, you get lost yourself.
Staying in your lane.
Yeah, for real. And I would always get people to tell me like, man, you gotta rap what people want to hear. So when I tried it, I felt like I was trying too hard. Like, nah, this ain't it. And the people who are my real fans gonna be like, nah, K-Dot, that's not it. That lets me know they're like, all right, I can't just. I gotta be in my own lane. I don't want to do it because another artist did it. Then this is just a whole bunch of us sounding just alike. And the fact that I was always in my own lane is what made, you know, people respect me more. Yeah. And you know, and then anytime somebody drops, I listen, I prop you up, you know, I keep it real with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, cause I feel like in this music thing, especially South Carolina wise, like we really in this together.
Yeah.
You know, it's not gonna look like it from outside looking in, cause it just look like we all just trying to bring each other down, cause that one person want to be the one, and we all thought everybody wanted to be the first. But you know, over time, when you just see that it's not going to be that, you just kind of just.
Yeah, y'all, man.
Real.
If that the case, everybody, they might as well stop that, cause I'm gonna tell y'all who the first thing came about 20 years ago. Y'all, everybody might like they forgot about Bo Moran or something. You know what I'm saying? The OG. Southern Dialect. That was his name, whatever. Y'all boys ain't never heard Bo Moran? Oh man, Bo Moran came through when I was probably about 2000, 99. Like, he was with B-Pay Records, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, TG?
Yeah, see that been way before my time.
Yeah, I'm talking about, yo, nigga came through way back. They had the video back in the day. He gave me the only copy of the video about 7 years ago. I been, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I thought that back when I was walking in the video, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It ain't crazy, man, because you would have something that was so fire back then, and then you can't find it. Like, man,
that was the first part about it, like the internet back then was, like, we knew, like, niggas always say, if I knew back then what I know now.
Exactly, man, exactly. And that's how I feel, too. I felt like, one of the things I feel like I should have did early on was just like utilize my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll just do a video and just upload it straight to Facebook. But I felt like the views I got on Facebook could have been the YouTube views, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of things.
I know though, bro. These niggas, I just seen niggas be have some whack ass music, but I'm gonna tell you how they get it. They promote stuff. Well, the hell out that shit on Facebook.
Yeah, for sure. You got
I'm talking about every day that same single. Yeah. They push it. Yeah. They push it. They push. I'm talking every day. They push that mother so much till you get tired. You be like, man, let me go ahead and just look at this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like that. Like, cause you know, sometimes you have to. You gotta push it in these people's face, man, because. And like I was telling Bro in the conference call yesterday, like when he was asking me about visuals, like, man, it's real important to have them. Cause man, listen, before I had visuals, people would hit me with, oh, I heard your song, I thought it was good. So now when I go in the store, oh shit, I saw your video. Like like the video makes the song pop even more because people want to see what you're doing, and they can put a face, you know what I'm saying, with the music. And you know, like, man, I got way more songs, and man, I probably got maybe 5 or 6 videos and over a few hundred songs. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, even though I do videos, I would get camera shy when it came to the video. Like, either I won't look into the camera all the way, or it'll just be like a little quick glance. Like when I first did my first official video on Worst Behavior,
Word.
Shout out to Spike Fee, man. Spike Fee was like,
That is.
man, Spike. Yeah, see, man, Spike Fee was I ain't gonna say is the GOAT with shooting videos. Before I even got my money up to get a Spike Fee video, he was shooting everybody's video
I
from.
don't know, last time I seen the Spike Fee video, I know Spike Fee.
Yeah, like.
You feel like they doing something?
Yeah, like matter of fact, Dogface, the movie comes out June 19th. That's his debut film. Dogface. I think he's doing the premiere is going to be in Atlanta on Juneteenth. So if you so if y'all can make it, y'all go support the homie, man. He been supporting the artist for years since I came on the scene. So I feel like it's only right that we give him that same respect back. But yeah, Spike is the GOAT. And when we first did the Worst Behavior video, the girl that I got in the video with me, like, we was kind of nervous to be around each other, and he saw it, and he kind of like just gave us a pep talk. So that's why we was able to interact in the video. You could still kind of tell that it was like some nervousness there, but we was able to, to make it play in front of the camera. Yeah, so it was, shout out to Spike.
Yeah, man, and most definitely got that one. Gonna make sure I support the brother June 19th, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That's major.
Yeah, for sure. And also shout out to my dog, my brother LL Visuals, man. Like, he been, he started shooting all my videos too. Like, we had a good thing going, and we still do. Like, he actually shot the video for 90s Baby, so that's gonna be out real soon too.
We got the video coming?
Yeah, we got the video coming. Yeah, we got the video coming, man. We got way more work coming, man. Just, I say it was at one point I thought I wanted to stop. And, sometimes I still feel like that, but it's like, man, I feel like as long as I can write a bar, I still got it in me. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what's up.
Just shout out to everybody who working, grinding, whether you rapping, shooting videos, taking, man, whatever you doing, just keep grinding, man. I know you probably want to quit. You might feel like you're too old, like you might feel like you're obsolete, but man, just keep grinding, because the day you give up,
then you die.
You know what I'm saying?
And you
was probably this close to your big break, and you gave up right when your big break was coming. So I kind of, try to apply that to what I got going on too.
Word. But before we get out of here, bro, I want you to go ahead and shout all your socials out so the people know where to hit you up at, where to find you, contact you, book you for gigs and all that good stuff.
For sure. Everything is Lyrical Dolla. You know what I'm saying? LYRICAL That's on Instagram, Facebook. Just Instagram and Facebook, because I don't be utilizing nothing else. And more so, I be more so on Instagram and Facebook. So man, just hit me up, man, for features. You know what I'm saying? Shows, whatever. For real, just hit me up, man.
That's LYRICAL Dollar DOLLA. Man, hit this man up, man. This man, he doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't got too many lyrical artists out here nowadays who ain't just, you know what I'm saying, relying on what they got to show off for the camera. You know what I'm saying? Show off them lyrics. Tell a story, you know what I'm saying? Rap about something besides drugs and guns and money and weed, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to hear sometimes, but we want some substance sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. And then I feel like if it works for you, you should keep doing what works for you. See, with me, even though that was my environment coming up, like, everybody who was in my circle, like, kept me away from it. Yeah. But, I still knew the code of the streets. So I feel like long as I had that, I could just like rap how I rap now, because I ain't fabricating nothing. I ain't telling what nobody in my circle did on the streets.
You know what you saw.
For sure. So it's like,
you ain't said liquor had 2 bricks, sell them push them across the states and no shit like that.
For sure, cause man, because the people who know me gonna be like, yo, kid, I don't rap that shit. Like, just stay true to what you know, and that's what I always did. Like I say, even with times where I felt like, cause the type of rapper I am, even though I had performed in the clubs, I knew I wasn't for the clubs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that even though, cause everybody, man, when we used to go do showcases, man, people would be on the stage and they'll be turned the fuck up. But when I got on, like, the whole atmosphere changed, cause it's not about to be that turn up shit I got all night. This is about to be something that I just did, and it ain't about to be that. Yeah. And
check out, bro. You sound just like my cousin Taylor, bro. Man, my cousin, who was on the call with last night, he didn't tell me the same exact words what you was talking about. He will perform in the club. He done perform in that club, but that ain't his scene.
Yeah, that ain't my scene. Cause I said, man, I ain't
Cause
even.
say, all right, shit, I'm trying to be performing that place like Rolling Loud. I said, oh,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You aiming for the stars, they buddy.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, and I don't knock showcases because showcases sharpen my performance skills.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, like, you know, I was one of the ones, man. I'll be in the club for about 2 or 3 hours, time to perform. Soon we performing, I'm ready to go. Like, you know, it's just like I was just waiting on my time to do my thing.
Ain't your scenery.
Yeah, we here now. We done did our part. We can go ahead and slide now.
Exactly.
Yeah, for real. And I think that's why a lot of times when people see the rap name Lyrical Dolla, I think they already got a perception of how they think I rap. But honestly, I can rap on anything about anything. But it's just like but I think I'd rather just stick to what I know because like I said, I don't want to lose myself trying to be like how I feel like people want me to be.
Yeah,
You know
try to appease somebody else, and you losing who you is, your identity.
Yeah, for real. Because you always wanted to be organic and you always wanted to be genuine.
Exactly.
For real.
My ladies and gentlemen, we gonna wrap this one up. This the Us versus Them podcast.
Already.
With Future and Lyrical Dolla, you know what I'm saying? I want to tell this brother, man, I appreciate you coming through.
Appreciate you
joining
too, man.
us today.
Oh yeah, man. Keep grinding, man, because you got a platform. Like, man, if anybody out there rap, sing, dance, whatever, man, you know, come to Us versus Them, man. Like, you know, everybody got a story to tell. And let your fans, your core fans, and people who don't know you get to know you.
Yeah, you know, anytime you welcome to come through anytime.
Oh yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying? You fam now, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
I appreciate that.
Just let me know, and we here.
Oh yeah.
All right, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go ahead and get up out of here though.
Already.
Peace.
Long live Henne.
Long live him.
That's what's up right now.
I don't know which one of y'all